Well, we're continuing our AUGs in August and kind of wanted to talk a little bit about weapon lights. Everybody knows you need a good light system for your truck gun or good house gun or your CQB setups. Having lights are just kind of cool, and having infrared lights is even cooler, and that's something that Inforce actually offers. So guys, some of you know I've had this particular one for about a year now. At the end of August will be a year. This was actually sent to me for my last range day, and again, Inforce is sponsoring the range day, so they've sent some of these as actual prizes and giveaways. So if you guys make it out, you can actually come win one. But if not, the most simplest way is to hop over their website or hit up your local gun store. You can buy your own. But to talk about these here for a few minutes, guys, it's a polymer light. They come in a couple different varieties. This particular one is an 800 looms. It's the Wmlx. It's strictly a white light. They do make one of these that has infrared, and that's taken care of by a switch on the side. So if you guys are running night vision, all you literally have to do is flip a switch and it's all the same controls. So getting into this particular light, like I said, it's 800 looms. It runs on a standard 1913 Picatinny rail, and I'll show you here on the AUG in a second. I've had it in a bunch of different positions. I've switched this even over, and I think I have a picture, and I'll post it up now, of a Steyr M model pistol with this actually mounted to the bottom of it, just for the fun of it. But getting into it, it's got a pressure pad here on the back. That's the only switch system, so you don't have to plug in anything or run wires on your gun. It's strictly a thumb press pad, and it has multiple functions. In this configuration that's set up, a single push will turn the light on, and it will run solid until the battery goes dead. If you double push it real quick, you get a strobing effect. Single push, it turns it back off. If you just want to run momentary, pressure sensitive only, on this particular, on the X model, you flip the side lever back to the rear position, and the pressure pad only works when you apply the pressure. As soon as you're off of it, it works. You can't double hit it, do anything. That's all it does. For transportation use, this actually has a lockout to keep your thumb from hitting the pressure pad in any of the positions that it's in. And the other thing you can do is just unscrew the front lens body. About 1/8 of a rotation takes it just out of connection with the two 123A batteries that are inside. But it's got a polycarbonate lens here on the front that can be cleaned with like Vortex carpet cleaner if you get it gouged up. One cool trick to do, you can buy the little lens protector covers, but if you're really concerned about it, you can actually just put a piece of saran wrap over it or a piece of Scotch tape. It really doesn't diffuse the light that much if you're worried about carbon buildup. Like I said, it's a standard 1913. This does take up about 2 inches, 2.5 inches worth of rail space. I'll show you on this AUG. It's got a really short rail in a couple different positions, but this system really mounts up well to it. It bites. The side here, as you see, I've been playing with it. It actually has a little, like a watch battery or like a winder for your old style like Rolex watches is what it reminds me of. But it works on a spring load catch here on the side that opens up the rail system, so you can just slip this over, and then it's real simple. You just screw this back down. It acts as a lock, so you can't depress and remove the light or slide it up and down the Picatinny rail. Going into the front body of the light, which is cool. I mean, this thing is literally 2 pieces. Your front cover is your bulb assembly. That's all sealed in here. I'm sure if you really wanted to, you could pull this down if you had to replace, the Cree LED in here. But guys, I've been using this for a year. These are the original batteries that came with it in that box. I haven't replaced it. It's been on 2 range days, 1 carbine class, and anybody that's ever got to see this rifle has wanted to play with this thing, and these batteries are still lasting. Granted, I suspect, they're energizers, but I'm suspecting at some point they're gonna go dead, but I've gotten a year out of my type of use for the videos that you guys see here on the channel. The body itself, it's all one piece. There's nothing in here that, to pull out or do. It's real simple. It's actually even marked when you go to put batteries back in. If you're familiar with like the old mag lights and stuff, you always put batteries in them and you didn't know which way they needed to go. So it took a minute. You had to remember, or you had to go find the box and get directions, which sucked. So it's nice. This here is just really simple. On the nose here, the housing, I went through the directions, which I'll show you here in a second. I did not see the waterproof, or if it is actually water resistance, setup. I can tell you from personal experience, guys, I've thrown my rifle into the mud. I've been in the dirt with it. I've been in the rain. I haven't had any issues. And I'm really suspecting it's because the front housing, when it mates to the rear, is actually O-ring sealed. And anytime I do pull this apart, and it's been very few times, I put just a little bit of like Vaseline on here. It says not to use petroleum products like sprays or lubricants, but I'll just make sure the O-ring's good and it hasn't dried out. Screw this together and it makes a well enough seal. I haven't had any issues. In Georgia, Texas, Florida, Tennessee for weather. Now granted, I haven't taken this thing swimming, so I haven't tested that aspect of it, but your standard rain afternoon, shooting, God forbid it falls off and falls in a mud puddle, I haven't had any issues. Going here into the directions, it'll tell you if you've got the white or if you have the white IR. Gives you all the operations. I mean, the directions in this are some of the most easiest and simple directions on how to mount. They're really, really clear. Hopefully I can get this all here on camera for you guys to see. I mean, the directions are super simple and really easy to understand. So if this is your first light that you're gonna buy, it gives all your warranty. There's like a 10-year warranty on these lights, which is awesome. So if they malfunction, something that Inforce did, they take care of it. But for a nice, simple, light system, you guys can spend a lot of money on other companies. I just don't see it necessary because I don't play with them a whole lot. I don't need them a whole lot for work environments. I just want one for like the house or for the truck gun if I need a light to see something. And that's the reason I choose Inforce. But getting in here, for setting up on the AUG, and this is actually really the reason on this gun I bought this light. One, the color match is really awesome. Their FDLE matches the AUG mud color perfectly for the way I see it. It matches nice for the black bezels and the controls. I just like it because it aesthetically looks right. The other thing I like is, if you guys are familiar, the short Picatinny rail on the side of your AUG has 5 slot locations. This actually goes perfectly, and when I go to install this, I'll turn this around to show you guys. It's super easy. Unscrew out that little watch style counter, set that rail up, open it, make sure that you're in the adjustment, and screw it back down. That's literally how quick and easy it is to put the light on and off. And the best part on the AUG, that actually gets you behind the piston pop, so you don't have a whole lot of carbon use. It actually works really well for when you keep your hand off the controls. Here to the side, you can actually reach up, disengage the lock, hit the light, and get your hand back on it. And then playing with this, if you really wanted to get funky with it, because of this light system, how easy it pops on and off, you can actually install it on the side of your optic. And again, it mounts forward, goes right in, and is totally out of the way. Now granted, with the AUG system, it is all right-hand control. So if you're a left-hand shooter, it's a little bit easier because your hand will be up here and you can actually use your right hand to hit control buttons. But being right-handed all the time, you just need to take your finger off the trigger, hit the light, and with running this thing set up perfectly, one button control, and you're done with it. You don't have to fiddle with it. There's no extra pressure pads or momentary switches that you're gonna have to hold on. For your support hand, you can actually operate and do mag changes really well. And some people get really into, it needs to be brighter. Guys, when it's middle of the night and it's dark, or you're in a house and you open up a closet and you need a light, I mean, even a lighter works, but this thing's got a heck of a flood pattern to it. I've shot out to 100 yards using this light personally in my classes and time with it. That's it, guys. Like I said, this is the Inforce Wmlx. You can pick them up. I mean, we're talking like $100 weapon light system, runs on 2 batteries, and it's just nice and simple, and they work. So what more can you ask for? All right. Well, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope to see y'all at range day. If you see this video after range day, look for the next one. Guys, we do it every August, and you can actually come out and test and play with one of these. If you happen to be up for the range day, I think we've got 2 or 3 you can win. You can come test them out, play with them, and see how you like them yourself. Alrighty, see y'all later.